All right. Welcome everyone to the Cause Talk live stream. Today we are focusing on crafting. So we're just going to be doing a bunch of crafting today, and I've got some royalty-free music to share. I may or may not be joined by Amber Bright Props. We'll see what happens. This is going to be a 2-hour stream, or I'm going to try and make it a 2-hour stream. We'll see how far I get with crafting. Today the goal is to get the jacket for Solas complete. I have right now, right here, I have the back of the jacket and the 2 side panels cut out, along with the lining pinned inside. And then I'm working on the sleeves, so I need to get the sleeves cut out and then get them pinned to lining, cut those out, and then we can start assembling everything. So here is where's the image? Let me make that bigger. So this is right here. This is what I am working on, the top part up here. Solas has several layers. There is an under jacket. There is an under vest that his armor is attached to. Then there's an over vest that's curved, kind of like a racerback vest. He also has thigh armor, but it doesn't go all the way around, so I think I'll be able to tolerate it. I'm also going to make it out of a softer fabric instead of hard armor, which would be easier for me to wear. And then there's leg armor, which right now I'm going to attempt to make out of a vinyl that I have. However, what I might go with is a pair of boots that I thrift, paint gold, and then add some shin armor to the front, but I keep the back big, kind of open. A lot of this, the armor that he has set up, I'm like, I don't even know how he walks, because I'm like, how do you, there's no flexibility in this. But I'm working right now on the jacket. Like I said, I have the back and side panels cut out along with the lining pinned to it, and then I just need to start working on getting the sleeves cut out. So let's go ahead and stop presenting this, and we'll just share the screen right here, and we'll go ahead and get started. Like I said, I did find some music, so I will be playing music, and I actually found music for the game streams that I do each week too. Also, pretty soon here, we're going to have streams by additional individuals. We've set up a new schedule. Jinx Cosplay is working on that, and we'll have more variety coming soon. So let me get some music going. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I don't know how loud I want to make it. Just the music is going to be more of a background if there's any lull. Okay, so if you guys have questions, go ahead and ask. But right now we're going to start cutting out. These are my fabric scissors. I also have another pair of fabric scissors I usually use for heavier fabric. Where's my heavier fabric scissor? Where did it go? Oh, Kitty, you're guarding it. My cat is over here hiding in a chair, and he stole my scissors. Hi, buddy. These are the heavier duty fabric scissors. I actually recommend having different kinds of scissors for different things, and if at any point your scissors start getting dull, I got this from, I think it was Joanne, but I think you can get it from most places. This is a Fiskar scissor sharpener, and you just take your scissor, you put it in here, and you bring it down like that real fast. And you just keep doing that a few times. And then you slide in, slide out, slide in, and then go like this. And it gets any like residue that might be on your scissor off. It also sharpens them for you. I have had a great deal of luck with these scissor sharpeners. You don't go that way. Okay, don't go the back way. Always need to do the front. So make sure you're paying attention when you're doing the sharpening. The logo should be on the front. There should be something saying, please, this angle only. So open these scissors because I will be using them later. And I have little clips in place to help hold this together because I've folded the fabric so I can cut it in one go. It's not level. Why aren't you level? There we go. But not your level. Okay. Hope you guys are having a good day. It is Sunday. next week. I was going to go to Casa Grande, but I'm not sure anymore. I might not be going to the Casa Grande Fonts. We haven't heard any information. So if I don't do that, I'll just be working more on Solas. Yesterday, I spent about 5 hours drafting the pattern for the jacket, cutting it, drafting until I got a proper shape. And then I cut out the final shape with the upholstery vinyl that I'm making it out of. It's a softer, more supple upholstery vinyl. So this is just the backing. And then it's like a very dark bluish black vinyl because in the game, he's exposed. So Solas is exposed to so much green light in the game that I had to get the art book. And in the art book, it's definitely more of like a blue black color with gold accents. So that helped me figure out what vinyl. Plus, in previous games, he's always kind of seemed closer to this color palette. I was thinking like maybe it might be because blue and gold are like the color of royalty, and you know he doesn't want to call himself one of the Ebonierists, but he kind of is. You know, sorry, Solas, if you're real anywhere, don't come fight me or something. Okay, cutting this out, and then what I like to do to make it easier to cut out lining is I typically take the outer fabric, the fashion fabric, and I pin it to the lining so that I don't have to worry about any slippage. The weird thing, and I've had a couple people tell me this is weird, but my lining is not standard lining. Because this is vinyl in heat, like in hot environments where I live, it can overheat you very quickly if you don't line it with something that is good for temperature control. So I actually have right here athletic spandex. And I like to line, I know it's stretch against non-stretch, but I like to line a lot of my fabrics with spandex regardless of their flexibility, simply because spandex breathes very well. And in a heavier duty fabric like this, having something that breathes well is much easier. I may have cut out the sleeve too big because when I tried it on my arm, it did seem a little big. But since it is going to get lining and there's going to be other things added to it for stability, I can always, when I attach it to this, check it and then take it in if I have to. But I kind of like the idea of it being bigger to create like bulkier shoulders. So I might just leave the sleeve bigger and add some shoulder pads and be like, hey, I already have larger shoulders, but I got super shoulders. So you've seen the armor attached to Solas. It makes his shoulders look really buff. Even though he's like a very slender character. The only problem I did find too is because Solas is not booty ridden, Solas doesn't have so much booty. I have a lot of booty, and when I cut out the jacket looks really good. Like it looks nice. But but being the funny word here, my booty pokes out of the back cut that he has in his jacket a little bit more than you see it hanging for him. I was like, oh, my booty is trying to be free. So I don't really know of a way to correct this other than wearing like super tight tights to try and tone down my booty. But I can't think of any other way to solve the problem. My cat's there. I don't want to throw the fabric on him. My cat always likes to help me with sewing. He is constantly by my side anytime I'm crafting because he's just. I don't want to put this here so I don't block your view. Because he just wants to be a part of the, part of the fun. There's a chair like kind of right there. You can see it's like this right here. He's inside of that. Okay. Get this spandex stretched out. Normally I would do this on the floor, but getting the camera to point evenly on my floor is not easy. At least not in the current room situation I have. Pretty soon here I am going to be moving into a different streaming area, which might make doing this easier. I also finally have a like spare phone because I replaced my phone, and my old phone's just old, so I might be able to use my other phone as just a spare camera. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down. Ooh, how did I get? What is that? There is some kind of on both of them. There's some kind of no. Huh. Well, I'll just see if that cleans off. That's weird. I may have to recut this. So there's some kind of, sometimes when you get fabric, there's damage to it, and there's some kind of damage to this particular. Let me see if I have one of those. Do I have any water? Oh, you know what? I have. This would be better. And no, I'll just put this. If this is permanent or if it's just coloring. Okay, it looks like it's just coloring. I think I'll be able to wipe it off. Worst case, I think I do have like a dark blue paint I could use to remove it. Let me get some more. Oh, you know what? I have alcohol. That'll help remove whatever that is. That's fun. I have no idea what got on the fabric. Not on the other side, it's only on this side, so it's kind of weird. But I have one of these gloves that's meant to like remove stuff from things. Yeah, okay, the alcohol's taking it right off. So it was just some kind of, I wonder if it was like a marker or some kind of color that ended up on it somehow. Maybe chalk, but I didn't use white chalk, so that's what I was like, I'm very confused. There we go. Alcohol got rid of it. We're good. Crisis averted. Crisis averted. Oh, but now my room smells like alcohol. Gross! Okay. Let me get this stretched and pinned properly, and then we'll be good. Put it like that. I'll pin the bottom first, and then I'll put it up. Let's see here. We got a comment. I was luckily, yeah, you were, yeah. Trisha was here yesterday as I made the jacket pattern, and it was intense. It was me going, making a lot of noises on the floor, just awkwardly crawling along the floor, trying to cut things out. My calves hurt this morning, so I was, for like 2 hours, I was just leaning over, standing up, cutting out at awkward angles. That is the life of a costumer. You tend to cut things at weird angles, and then your calves and thighs hurt the next day, and you're like, what did I do? I don't remember working out aggressive. Oh, I was cutting fabric. It's funny to think that cutting fabric will do that, but it will. Okay. Adding needles in. Now, typically, I would not recommend putting needles into fabric, like vinyl, but this is all along the edges where I'm going to be sewing, so I'm not concerned. If you do have something that is a non-self-healing fabric, because most fabric is self-healing, vinyl is not. So if you have a fabric like vinyl that isn't self-healing that you need to use, then I highly recommend getting fabric clips. I do have fabric clips. However, like I said, all the vinyl that I pinned, all the sections are going to end up being sewn on in some way, so I don't mind putting pins. I am only putting on the edges though, because everything's going to have like gold trim or have a fold or something. So I'm also considering weathering the fabric for Solas. I might take one of the scrap pieces and see how I can apply weathering to the vinyl to make it look legitimate without damaging the vinyl. But we'll see. Like I said, this is being lined with black athletic spandex, and it is because I like the feel of spandex against my skin. It's soft and supple, and seeing as I live in a very warm environment, spandex is a lot more forgiving temperature-wise than vinyl. So I was considering lining with more blue vinyl for the jacket, and then I changed my mind to just do black spandex. Also, in the concept art that I saw of Solas, the lining of his jacket looks to be black. Now, that could just be the concept artist didn't color the inside and just kept it as black as a filler. But in the game, too, it seems to be shadowed darker than the outer fabric. So I am hoping, and again, when you're making a costume, it all comes up to interpretation. You never know. Later on, sometimes it comes out where like they have builds and you see someone used a different fabric. But BioWare did hire costumers to create guides for their characters, but the only ones that I saw were like Emmerich, and I think, is it Emmerich, Isabel, Lace maybe? But they're on the BioWare site, and there was nothing for Solas. I was like, dang it. Okay, I'm just gonna choose the color I think it is, and if you remove the green light from the game, the color he's wearing is much closer to a very dark blue. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. So, he also has gold, and in the game, his fabric looks smooth, but in the concept art, it looks rough, and it could just be a stylization thing. So, like I said, I might see about, because I am using primarily the concept art as my source, I might see about texturing this fabric more. It already has a texture to it when you're up close. But I could see about weathering it more. I just, before I do that, need to test it on a piece of fabric that isn't going to go directly into my garment, like a scrap, because I've got plenty of scraps. I had a few issues with my patterning yesterday and ended up with more scraps than I realized, because I didn't realize that I've lost enough weight to where I actually had to go almost an entire size down. I lost 2 inches of pattern, I think. It was intense. So that happens sometimes while you're patterning. You make it and you go, huh, why does this seem so, oh, this is why it's so big. I lost weight. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to change some things, and I changed things, and it's working better, but it meant that I ended up with a lot more scraps, which, hey, useful. Maybe I can start playing. I can go, hey, if I do this method, this is what it looks like for weathering. So we'll see if I can weather. I think I am gonna go with my smaller pens here, just because this curve is gonna be pretty tight. So a snug curve. And here we go. Do. I'm poking myself. It's fine. Should be wearing my little finger guards, but I'm not. Being bad. Why am I not wearing my finger guards? Poking through vinyl, you have to be very careful that you don't poke so hard that you rip it. You don't want to damage the texture of it. Okay. I'm trying to go with lighter pins too so I can see them. And this is kind of the boring part of cosplay. Pinning, patterning, pinning, patterning. The part where you get to put it all on is very rare. And honestly, I won't actually, I'm trying to compete in this. If I get accepted, I won't actually be able to show all the pieces on with you guys. I can show you like individual pieces and how they fit, but I won't be able to show you all the pieces, as I believe that violates the rules of the convention I'm trying to compete at. They want you to like go there sight unseen, I think. But I thought it was weird because they were like, if you competed at this in another event, you can compete here. So I didn't see any social media rules, but I've had people tell me, yeah, try not to share, like try to share as little as possible. So I'm going to share the making of, but the wearing of will most likely have to hold off on until I find out if I'm accepted or not. If I'm not accepted, then you guys are going to get a whole bunch of pictures of me wearing this in March. whole bunch of pictures and video and like how I put it on, because I've come up with a little bit different way of wearing this outfit compared to how I wear other costumes. It's going to be a lot of magnets and snaps and unique attachments, simply because Solas has so many freaking layers. Okay, I need my other scissors, who I think have gotten lost in the menagerie of fabric I have. Here we go. Okay. Cut this. No, these are not left-handed scissors. I should not be cutting like this, but this is the easiest thing. I'm gonna figure it out. I just need to. Maybe I should get a pair of left-handed scissors. It's so hard to cut. It's not in the proper hand, but I need to cut it like this. Just let me cut it like this. Yay! It's working. This particular piece of scrap spandex that I have was shaped rather oddly. So I always have scrap spandex. See how much easier it is to cut with the hand it's made for. I need to get a left-handed one too, though, because I like to cut with both my hands, and it makes it difficult when it's only for one hand. Okay. Maybe I should switch to the other scissors, which are tool-handed. It's okay. This one's the sharpest blade, which is why I kind of need it. And if it's overcut, it's okay, because I'm going to trim it off once it's attached. I always have to do trimming, and then I tend to go inside, since I don't have a serger, I tend to go inside my garments with bias or some kind of spare bit of fabric to hide the seam or make it cleaner. Okay. We have one sleeve lined, like pinned. Just have to pin the lining in one more, and we can start sewing. Oh, I haven't even set up my sewing machine. It's okay. You guys can see how I set up my sewing machine. Okay, so there's one sleeve lined. The lining's clean, looks good. Okay, so I'll put this on top of the other lined bits, and then I just need to line one more. Okay, I'm gonna cut off this extra fabric because it is gonna cause me problems. I'll use that. There's a scrap pile you guys can't see over here. There's so much scrap. I wonder if it would be easier if I did it this way. So I do have quite a bit of fabric this direction. I think it'll fit. And it's 4-way stretch, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's see if it fits. If it fits, it sits. Do you fit? Oh, I think it will fit. Okay, so I can put this right on the edge here. That'll make my life a little bit easier. Oops. Wait. I gotta, no, I can't. Okay, that's close enough though. Close enough to the edge. Okay. So, does anybody have interesting plans? I know today's Super Bowl Sunday. I think it starts at 4. I don't want to participate in the Super Bowl, so I am familiar with it, but I'm not interested in watching the game. But good luck to everyone who is rooting for their favorite team. Getting this lined up nice. There we go. All right, cool. Said I checked some things on the computer. We're good. Come on. Here we go. Okay. EA, stop trying to load on my computer. EA's been playing Mass Effect, and EA's like, you want to do more? I'm like, no, I'm trying to craft. Excuse me. Stop trying to take over my stream. Rude. Okay. Oh yeah, I did smaller ones for the curve because of the way I need to cut it. Okay, I need to switch this out. Everything's just spinning out on me. There you go. Okay, come on, close box. This is gonna go into my spare fabric straps too. Okay. Woo! Easy, stop trying to run away. Let's see. There we go. Oh, why is my camera doing that? There we go. Okay. There we go, camera. Okay. It's having some issues today, but that's okay. Is it? Okay, it's focusing good now. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I might have to drink some water here in a second. So I am wearing this to WonderCon. That is my goal. I'd like to compete at WonderCon. I've never competed at WonderCon before, and I wanted to make this year the year where I get to compete more at different events, but yeah, it's gonna be tricky. And I know I've had some people ask me, since I'm not judging at FanFusion anymore, if I'm going to compete, and that is going to be a no. I didn't stop judging at FanFusion because I wanted to compete. I stopped because I can't be around light shows anymore, and FanFusion is one of those conventions that does really cool light shows. There's a few conventions that I've had to comment about saying, hey, I can't send anymore. I'm at risk with photosensitivity. And even when I play games, I have like certain modes on my screen and stuff that prevent lights from putting me at risk. But I do want to try and compete at WonderCon, and if I can't end up competing at WonderCon, then I have started looking at the contests at DragonCon. They seem really interesting, and when I got to go last year, some of the contests were spectacular, so I would like to compete. And I have a few costumes I could bring that I can compete at different levels. DragonCon has a bunch of contests, so I'm thinking I can compete there. The other conventions I'm planning on going to, I'm really hoping I can still make it to PentiCon, but with the state of affairs in the US, I don't even know if traveling the border with, you know, the insecurity of the government is going to be possible. By the time I'm supposed to go to Canada. So, plus the relations between the US and Canada are tight right now. I mean, they're not doing well because, yeah, anyways. Let's not talk about politics here, it'll stress people out. But yeah, if I can't go to PentiCon, UbuCon will probably be the next one I go to after. Oh, wait, actually, hang on. So after DragonCon, it's YumaCon, I think, is after that. So it's probably YumaCon that I go to next. And YumaCon, I usually help them out with their contests because they're really nice and they're smaller, and I'm not at risk of any light show issues. But I can't compete at YumaCon. I could, but I don't feel like it would be fair. They don't have what the heck? Why is this pin? Sorry, I got distracted by the pin being stuck. So if I compete this year, it'd probably be if I can get accepted to WonderCon, and then DragonCon might be the only places I can compete that I can think of. These all the other conventions I've either judged at or already competed at a level that I don't feel comfortable entering again. When you hit master level, it does get a little bit more difficult to find places to compete. You can repeat multiple times. You can compete multiple times as a master at places, but it is frowned upon that if you've won more than 3 times as a master at any given show, and that show doesn't have a professional level, most people will frown upon you competing again, unless of course you're like in a group, and it's that changes things too. In general, I think it'd be really useful if in the United States, like most other countries, we came up with some kind of standard of judging and competing, so that it, and I mean, obviously conventions can choose whether or not they even want to abide by those standards, but I feel like it would help with cosplayers trying to figure out, well, what level am I? Where should I compete? How should I compete? Because it gets really confusing. You know, are you in a regional event? Are you in a national event? Are you in an international event? What does that mean for you? It's complicated. So, while I would like to compete, I can really only compete at larger events for equity's sake. I could compete at LA Comic Con again, but I'm not going to LA Comic Con this year because their dates do not work for me, unfortunately, which makes me kind of sad. My job has some things that are going on this year that prevent me from taking some time off at certain dates because of where they fall in the year. So I had to move cons around so that I can make a bit more progress with some development stuff. Yes, guys, cosplay is not my full-time job. It's actually not even a job at all. It's just a hobby for me. I do a lot of pro bono work for cosplay. I do feel like cosplayers need to be compensated more. We are subject matter experts in fields that, you know, like celebrities are subject matter experts in acting, we're subject matter experts in crafting and performance, a lot of different things. And so that's a whole other story, but okay, whoa, we have an empty table here. So let's break out my sewing machine. Oh no, how did you get, oh, okay. Oh God, this thing's so heavy. So this is a industrial one, and pulling it from that angle was probably not smart. It probably hurt my elbow. I apparently have tennis elbow right now. I don't even play tennis, so I did something with my elbow. Oh, it happens, I guess. Oh, hi, kitty. He's chirped at me. He does that. Let's see here. So these are the little clips I was telling you about. Usually use these, the big ones or those small ones for most of my fabric. But the way I had to sew this is going to be difficult. Now, I'm sewing bluish black fabric, so probably should not be going with red thread. The big thing is when you have thread, do not just pull it up. The rule of thumb is you clip the thread at the bottom. Pull this out. So you clip, you clip the thread up top and then you pull it out from the bottom. Make sure you've got it set on a loose. Here we go. So you never pull up because pulling up will get it too dirty. What's going on? Why is this not? Oh, it's caught somewhere. There we go. Okay. So you pull down, which is the normal motion for thread. Don't ever pull up or you get too much thread dust up into the gears up here, and taking this apart while you should be taking it apart regularly is not fun. I'm going to tell you it is not a pleasant experience. So since we're going to be sewing, I'll aim that up a little bit higher for you guys. This is a bobbin. Mine is a top feeder. Some people have like a bottom feeder where this opens up. This opens up for me too, but I just have feet and other accessories in here. For some sewing machines, this is where the bobbin is located. All right, so I have this little storage thing over here where I've got, I'll show you, I've got thread and pieces and whatever else I could need to fix my sewing machine in here. So I'm gonna get, where's my bobbin holder? Where are all my bobbins? I have a little box for them. Do they? Oh, I tossed them in here. They're not supposed to be in here. Okay. Oh no, I might be running out of bobbins. I'm gonna have to buy some more. Over time, the bobbins do kind of just go bad. Like they get too scratched and they just don't start working well, and it's a bit of a problem. So, okay, why do I have this Loki picture here? No idea. All right, got a fresh bobbin. I think I'm gonna go with black thread. Okay, standard. I have a couple heavyweight threads, so I wanted to make sure. And then since I'm sewing, got a lot of different needles. I am sewing through vinyl. I don't think a universal would be good for that. I think I might have to do a leather assistant needle. So we'll try a leather assistant. If it doesn't work, I probably will end up using a microtex, but I think a leather needle will probably be the best. Let's get that needle loaded in. They're all size, let's do size 14. Leather needle, I don't think I need a 16. Where's the foot of my sewing machine? Okay, it's down here. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't wait to see you either, Kevin. It's gonna be awesome. DragonCon's gonna be great. Hi, Matt. I am. I'm going. I'm going. I'm sewing. I promise. It's happening. I really want to try and have this entire costume done by end of this month. Oh no, guys! I lost the end of my tomato. It only just has the body. Its little thread cleaner's gone. Now I'm gonna have to buy a new tomato. No. My tomato is gone. I am going to say, because I am sewing atop vinyl, I have gone ahead and installed a Teflon sewing foot, and that makes sure that it goes like butter through my feed dogs. I don't actually have a bobbin with black thread, so we're going to get this put together. It is going to get loud. I guess not that loud. I thought it was going to be louder. And this is how you make a bobbin. So interesting, right? All right. Spool. The bobbin. Where is my seam ripper? I need a seam ripper to help feed this through because it's so narrow. Seam rippers are very useful. There it is. For feeding through thread in a bobbin area. Get this first. Come on, get in the catch. Get in the catch. Why are you not doing it? There we go. It's trying to tie itself. There we go. Okay, so now lift the foot up, run it underneath, then put the thread in to catch. And boom, we caught it. And we officially have it threaded. Ta-da! Like, ta-da! You guys couldn't even see it, but ta-da! I guess I could like kind of sew at an angle so it's easier for you guys to see. Trying to figure out the best way to do this. But I guess it'll work. Okay. So I need to set the tension to, I'm going to say 3, keep it at a center position. The width should be, I'd say 0, because we're going to do a standard, so we're going to do length at 3. Standard straight stitch. Okay. Where's my clippies? Do I have any clips? Yeah, clips are good. That one. Okay. Let me put the clip box for them. Okay. Gotta take a couple photos of me sewing. Okay, you're good. All right, we're almost at the bottom of one sleeve, and then we get to move on to the next sleeve, and then the side panel, and then this other side panel, and then the jacket back, and then we can get to put everything together and begin assembling it, which is what I'm most excited for, to be honest. By sewing the lining in this way, I get a bit more flexibility. I know a lot of people like to sew the lining like the garment. You can absolutely do that, but I do it this way just because it gets a bit more flexibility in the shoulders and rotating areas for me if it's not connected to one another, and instead it's connected to its primary piece. So whatever makes you most comfortable with sewing, you just go ahead and do that. But I do recommend lining for any garment that's going to have some kind of leather or vinyl. If you do not want to line the leather or vinyl itself, then just creating an undergarment you can wear that they sit on is very important, as this will chafe you if not treated properly. Okay, so now it's completely lined. So there's the lining, there's the fabric. Now we can move on to the next piece. Put this. Ooh, my cat. My cat is so cute, but he's in the way. All right, I love you, Zeke, but you're totally in the way, dude. All right, we'll just put this here like that. Actually, me put lining inside because I don't want the outside to get dirty again with whatever it got dirty with before. Okay. Now we're gonna do the other sleeve. Now, if I didn't have this Teflon foot, another way, a cheap way to make sure that vinyl slides through easily is using like painter's tape or packing tape on the underside of your sewing foot so that the vinyl slides easily. Because vinyl will absolutely fight you if you do not have some kind of Teflon or some kind of foot that it can glide. Leather does the same thing. If you're going to sew leather, you need something that can glide easily along. I always lock the needle in before rotating the fabric so that I don't slide the stitch too far from its original position. I feel like this music's making me want to sew faster. Like, sew faster! Time's running out! Now, Solas does have a lot of gold detailing on this jacket, and I am planning on using some, I'll show you guys some tricks with masking tape and leather paint so that you don't have to do as much sewing. I also prefer the way it looks with leather paint. And if you do it right, you can create kind of like an embossed look of shading. which is nice. Also, if you have vinyl that has wrinkles in it, the best way to get rid of wrinkles or creases in vinyl is to use a little bit of heat and to kind of pull gently. So like a heat gun, and gently pulling the fabric. What I did when I got vinyl that was shipped to me one time, I was going to do a different character, but then all the plans for that group fell through. But I was going to do Caduceus Clay from Mighty Nine, and then the people I was going to cosplay with, a lot of them moved, or things just kind of fell apart. And so I still have all the supplies. I mean, if I want to, I could actually still do Caduceus. But the vinyl for that came shipped. It was a custom color I ordered, and it came shipped folded, which is, you should never fold vinyl. At least not like crease folded. Like, you can gently lay it over and stuff, but you should never fold it and compress it. So unless you're trying to get like a really sharp edge. So to release the terrible crease that happens because they decided to send it to me folded, I rolled it on a tube, cardboard tube, and I let it stay there for 2 months. And now that vinyl is completely straight. Because gravity and the heat of Arizona said, let me help out. Let gravity be your best friend in instances like that. Apparently I got a little bit of spare spandex here at the bottom. This happens sometimes with spandex, so there must have been a little bit of a catch. Let me do this, take it all apart, and we'll just adjust it as I sew. Oops, that's here. There we go. Oops. It would be great if I put the foot down. There we go. And almost to the edge here. Okay. Cool. Trash can. All right, another sleeve with lining. Oh, wrong way. Let's protect the inside. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go on to one of the side panels. Oh, or the back. I just pulled the whole back. I guess I'm doing the back. This is a big piece. Oh, I'm going to stab myself so much with this. This is going to hurt. That's fine. Whatever. There's no way to avoid being stabbed here. Ow. It's so long. Now, typically when you're sewing fabric, you want to put the pins in this way, but because this isn't self-healing fabric, I could not do that. So that means I'm sewing a little bit slower, and it's getting stabbed a little bit more in my legs, but it also means I don't have as many holes in my fabric. The only downside, well, one of the downsides to vinyl is it's not self-healing. Alright, music, why are you getting crazy? Music, you're getting crazy. I'm just too busy. There you go, that's better. Oops, little one just not going there. Oh, little pink one, no. Oh, pink one, no, come out. There you go. Keep going here. Yes, I have special places for each one of my pens. Mostly because I don't want to lose the small, shorter pins inside the long pen zones. Okay. There we go. There's going to be so many edges. So many hard points on Solas' costume. Kind of obnoxious. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Okay, a little pink. Here we go. Oh, sewing is a lot of work. All right. And we've got another Baby Bug Cosplays. Hi. Hope you're having a great day. Hello. Thank you for joining. You're also currently crunching for Katsucon. I've wanted to go to Katsucon. It is on my list. But I mean, maybe I'll just go next year. I don't know. But good luck with your con crunch. I hope it goes well for you. I'm trying to avoid con crunching. I don't know how well I'm doing, but I'm trying. That's why I'm trying to do this now. And I'm pretty good at working with vinyl. This is really nice upholstery vinyl. I got it from SASTV, but because of how hard vinyl is on needles, I had to get so many extra needles. That's another thing. If you are sewing vinyl or leather, expect to go through double the amount of needles than you would if you were doing spandex or cotton, polyester, vinyl satin, or any kind of mesh. Vinyl will eat. People eat your needles. It's just what it does. The pens are getting caught on my own clothing. At least they work well, but that is not okay. Playing the just rotate the clothing game. This is what happens when sewing things. So at least the line's staying pretty straight. Trying to keep the line really straight. It's like a little wobble in my needle. I'm probably going to need to go take it in to get an alignment. I've done most of the repairs on my needle, but alignments, I guess I could probably teach myself how to do it. I'm pretty good with machines. I taught myself how to take care of this machine and then grease it and take the gears and get it clean. And I haven't had to take it into a shop ever because I learned how to clean it myself. But I know that the timing on the needle can sometimes hello. We are what? Oh my goodness, we're an hour in. Okay, maybe we will do 2 hours because I would like to try and get this whole jacket done on stream. We're gonna see if I can do it, guys. Okay, this is gonna be tricky curve here. I can curve it this way. Like this. Is it too tight in there? Okay. There we go. jacket's so long. It's like down to my, it goes down to my, a little bit past my calf, which is what his does too. But it just is so long. Oh my gosh. Needle, get out. Pen, get out. There you go. Pen was fighting me. He did not want to leave. Okay, so if I come like this. There we go. Very good. Woohoo! And we're back on track. Now, these raw edges, I'm not worried about. Like I said, I'm going to be trimming. So all of this is going to get trimmed in this gold vinyl. We've got more vinyl on vinyl because why not, right? So this will get folded over and put as a trim on the edge. And then I'll need to weather some of this too because it's a little too pretty. All the fabric in this is a little too pretty. I do want to give like that kind of aged look. So I might just dry brush or wet wipe. Take a wet paper towel soaked in black leather paint and just brush along the fabric to give it an aged look. Let's see on my test and some scraps before I do any of that. I am going to have to miter some of these edges because there's a lot of corners here. I'll show you guys that. It's not like super difficult, but it is tedious. You don't have to miter edge, you can fold the corner, but his edges look like I think it's called miter. It's just a really clean edge. All right, now I'm going to rotate around. We're going to get the heavy part of the jacket again. And we're going to go all the way back up. Look at that, so close. Am I bleeding? No, I just barely got myself. Okay, good. I just got to be a bit more careful when I'm grabbing these. Okay. That's better. Little tiny one. How did you get in there? Come here. All right, put the back down. There we go. And let's take this one too. So I'm about to curve trim an edge, and you trim an edge. You want to have the needle out, so it's easier. I do already have the pot for this. BioWare had a coffer that you could get for the Dragon Age game. It was on sale recently. So I did acquire the pot, and I will share on Instagram a video of what's in that box. It was worth it. It was $95 and it came with a lot of stuff. But even if it was just $95 for the prop, I probably would have paid it because that prop's really cool. I was going to make this blade, but you're allowed to have like I think you're supposed to have 80% handmade. And I mean I'm making everything for this. I already have belts that I've made that I'm going to just repurpose. But considering I'm making everything but the prop, I think I'm okay. I'm even making elf ears for this. I don't have any silicone elf ears that are quite as long as his, so I'm going to make them out of foam clay. And I'm going to use a new product by Narrative Cosmetics that creates kind of liquid skin. And it's not a latex either. latex sensitivity. And I guess I'm going to report in on you guys about the success because I intend to record that separately. I don't know. I mean, it says it's non-toxic, but I don't know how safe or unsafe it is, so I'm going to film it separately with my phone and then share it. And depending on how successful it is, I might just do a craft stream and at the end, kind of like, here, look, this is how it works, and this is how you can make your own nail fierce with foam clay and this weird $10 bead substance that makes skin. So, because I've never used it before, I've heard about it, and I've wanted to experiment with it. It is a really weird product. You basically, it's this bottle of beads that you put acetone in, and it creates liquid skin. I don't ask. I haven't tried it yet. I'll let you know. I'll report in later. But it's closer to like what happens when you use like a vinyl bulb cap rather than latex. And I'm very curious. See if I can create like liquid skin around my ears where they blend in better. Oh yeah, I will be excited. No hard edge from the foam clay? Yes, please. Who's hoping that product works? And because it's pretty inexpensive, I can share it with you guys once I figured out how to use it. Okay, let's get this. I still need to cut the front part of this. We'll see when I try it on. So it was when I tried it on separately when it was pinned together, I noticed that it was still a little big in one area, but that might change when I sew it all together because sometimes the clips don't get it as tight. So it might be okay. I still have to make a separate collar for this. I haven't constructed the collar yet, but the way I attach it will hide this front edge. So I'm not simply because Solas's collar is just it pops up like this really hard angle. It's gonna take a little bit more thinking on my part. I have a couple collars pre-patterned. So I've been costuming for quite a few years, so I have some patterns that are already pre-made, like the sleeve pattern for this. I already had one. I just had to modify it and make it look a little bit wider at the top for the shoulders, which, like I said, I may have made it too wide. So close to being done with the back part of the jacket. Been sewing this for a whole 25 minutes. That's ridiculous. Why is this? Well, I mean, there's so many curves and weird odd angles. This particular section of the jacket was also manipulated through the sewing machine. If you put too much weight on your sewing machine, it will get grouchy and create like a goofy sewing surface. So I was trying to bear most of the weight of it, and I'm doing that has slowed me down so that I don't put too much pressure on this machine. Oh, hello, hiccup. Okay, no slipping. There we go. I know it's going to do that. Okay. Now we just have the side panels, and then we can clip everything, and maybe I'll be able to get it all sewn together before the end of the stream. That'd be really nice. Maybe just the jacket, not the sleeves. Sleeves do take a little bit more finessing, so I'll probably just get the jacket put together, sans the sleeves, and then try it on and show you guys. And then I'll do all the cleanup and cutting and all that separately, because you guys don't want to just sit here and watch me trim away a bunch of excess fabric, do you? Nah, that's boring. Okay. So this is one side panel. Side panels are weird. They look so skinny. So skinny. Ah! I'm stabbing myself. That hurt. I'm stabbing myself. Ow. Ow. And I stabbed myself again. The life of a cosplayer. You just keep stabbing yourself. I'm going to start down here. This might actually be easier if I start at the corner this time. Means I can walk it in here better. So many pens now. My pens are being set free, and now they're going up the box. After this, I get to make my lunch. I'm going to have some coconut curry soup instead. Trying to get back into cooking again. You guys have a favorite meal you like to cook? Or just like a comfort meal? Let me know. I'm a big curry person. I like curry and spicy food in general. I'm that person that if you ask me it's spicy, I might tell you no, but they actually eat spicy. So if you don't like spicy food, don't ever go anywhere that might have spicy food because chances are it is. I just think it's flavor. I've inadvertently burned a few people's mouths thinking something spicy. I guess for context, the buldak noodles that everybody say are super spicy. Yeah, they're spicy, but like I don't consider them super spicy. I just think they're average. Yeah, so don't eat spicy food with me unless you really like spicy food. Yeah, yeah, it's it's a chore sewing, but it's worth it because the result is always fun. You're always like, yes, it makes you happy. I still have to make, have to share with you guys. I had a friend kindly donate some fabric to me because he's retiring from cosplay. And I was supposed to make a shirt for him, and I kept asking him, hey, when can we get together so I can take your measurements? And then he just retired from cosplay. He's like, well, you don't have to worry about it anymore because I'm not cosplaying anymore. And I was like, oh, well, what do you want me to do with this fabric? He's like, you can have it. And it's that female fabric that is basically impossible to find these days. It's a whole green one of it too. Oh my gosh! I just threw that needle. Where'd it go? We do not need needles stabbing us in our foot in this house. Okay, especially since I've got a kitty who's old and not paying attention to things these days. I'll have to share with you guys the fabric before we end the stream. I'm so excited. The inside of it's really soft too, so I'm not even gonna have to line the pants, which would be good. So like, I don't want to. I can line pants, but then it'll just make it so much warmer. I'm trying to. It's not a matter of I'm not capable of lining pants. It's a matter of how lightweight can I keep everything. This is Arizona, and everything gets really hot. I would like to be able to wear this in the summer too. The best of my ability, yes. Even if it's just a short period of time. Although I can handle the heat a lot better than most, I still know that fabric can absolutely overheat you depending on what it is. Last section for this side, and then we switch to the other side, and then I can start, like I said, putting everything together. Probably more like flipping everything together. For this, I'm adding more holes. It should hold the two sides. It's funny too, because when I sew, I tend to have a hand to guide it. Apparently, most people don't do that. I'm so used to sewing with spandex, and you have to guide the fabric when you're sewing the spandex. That I did not realize that is not exactly the normal thing. Whatever. I just like guiding my fabric with my hand. It's a self-soothing technique. There we go. All right, we have one more. Get the lining on. And there's a comment here too. Yeah, I know. I just have this one side panel, and then I get to put everything together, and I have a jacket. I've got side panel, back panel, and sleeves. So all custom patterned, which was nerve-wracking for sure. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start up here this time. This is mostly going to be the cookies. I started this where I cut it out and then I clipped it, and I realized I was doing it in a much more difficult way. So I pinned it to the fabric and I cut it out, and it stayed a lot more stable. So this one, I had to do some finagling and maneuvering to get it to work right. And it was not worth it. So I was like, okay, we're going back to cuttings. It all worked out in the end. Everything's okay. It's all good. Put that there. Got the sewing machine anger. Yep, I know. Yeah, it's moving fast. A lot of what goes into my cottage places, it takes just a lot of, like, I plan and plan and plan for a couple months. I gather fabrics, I do research, and then I just make it so quick. So, okay. Well, I have to go to the fabric store on Monday during my lunch break because I have someone that wants me to try and make a cape with a royal cloak for them. And so I found some fabric options, but I wanted to see if if SAS happened to have like a cheaper alternative to the fabric. Otherwise, I'm just gonna order from Fabric World and Spandex World. It's the stuff I found. Cool, Nat just attacked me. Attack Nat! I don't even know where it came from. Okay. We have officially sewn all the lining, so I'm going to turn this off, unplug it, and we'll plug it back in a second. I just don't like having it plugged in when I'm trying to clip things and accidentally stepping on the pedals, which has happened before, and yeah, that's just not good for your sewing machine. So let me get this. Okay. And now we get to start putting stuff together. So we are on the final step now. Oh, my legs are tired. I'm sitting in a funny angle. So we're going to take this panel. Here's the sleeve. There it is. This one goes over here. Okay. I do need to leave a little bit off the edge of the collar because I have to add the collar to it. So I'll leave a little bit off the edge there. Oh wait. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So wait, where's the? I found it. Gotta line the corners up. So we'll get this side sewn first, and then we'll clip the other side. That way we don't have too much weight. It ends right there at that corner. So it's supposed to have a high arch at the side. Not go all the way down. No, maybe I can. No, I'll just sew it. Let me see if I just sew it. Okay. So let's just go ahead and get this side sewn. Actually, I guess I can have this plugged in next time. I'm going to swap this. I'm going to turn this to a 3. We're going to drop this to a zigzag. I prefer to sew in a zigzag when I'm combining a bunch. All right, so this is an instance where having a leather needle is very important because there are a lot of layers to sew through. So okay, one side sew. Also doing a zigzag on this reinforces and strengthens the stitch, so I prefer doing a zigzag. All right, we're going to start with the long edge here. Ooh, this is going smoothly. Oh, it's so heavy though. Okay. It's going pretty smooth though, which I'm happy for because this is a lot of layers. 4 layers of fabric right now. And eating right through it. That is, again, the only reason it's doing that is because of the leather needle. I mean, depending on time, I might be able to get the sleeves attached. We'll see. This is going really smoothly. Okay, I have one part of the jacket attached. Now I need to attach the other side. So for the time being, we've got 30 minutes. I might be able to get the sleeves attached. So the sleeves, I have to take off this part of my sewing machine to achieve. So in 2 hours, we put together a jacket, basically, which that's pretty awesome. I mean, I did spend like 5 hours on this yesterday just trying to get the pattern perfect. So, you know, it was a give and take with costuming. It was a give and take. Oh. Okay. That's weird. Right. Sorry, I moved out of the camera. Just trying to position this. It's very heavy now in my hands. I'm trying to position this to where it doesn't slide. I am planning on testing wearing this to see how long I can tolerate wearing it, because it is going to be a heavy costume simply from the type of fabric I elected for. I just thought the fabric moved the way it does in the game, where it kind of has this floppy, flowy, weird sort of motion to it. And I was like, that looks like vinyl. Well, you know, the Evaneers use vinyl. Weird. It's fine. Okay. Stay at the bottom again. This thing's heavy. All right, so now I just need to sew the top part here, and then see about getting the sleeves attached. Why not? We're already here. May as well give it a shot. let's make a jacket. Let's see how this looks. Let's clean. Let's see, guys. I'm gonna throw this on and run to my mirror. I'm disappearing. You can't see me. I'm out of frame. Oh no. Wow, actually, this fits perfectly. I am going to have to do what I thought I was gonna have to do, though. I'm going to have to cut the front a little bit, just because it is too big. Or I can just add buttons and snaps instead if I do hooks. Oh, I have hiccup. I won't have to do anything if I do hooks. All right, we'll wait and see how the rest of this fits before I modify anything else in the jacket, but this looks really good. Oh, also, I didn't. I was supposed to sew the bottom part of the jacket, so I need to sew that real fast. I just realized I left two flappies. Oops, I left flappies. I'm not supposed to be leaving flappies. Oh my me, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so these little flappies. Oops. Okay. So this is actually not supposed to be a curve. I think I just cut it wrong. That is okay. So I'm gonna start here. Oh, where's the foot? There's the foot. And then make sure everything's in alignment. There we go. That's what it's supposed to show. Awesome. Okay. I had to add a little bit of a curve at my hip, and I forgot about that, and that's why it's weird about that. Here's the other side. This one too. This one too. This one also needs to be sewn down. So there's just okay. And then this one does need to come in a bit more. It's not supposed to do that. Okay. Where's your footprint? Children go through what I'm doing at home. Your class players don't do what I'm doing. Please clip. I've just sewn the vinyl in spandex for so long that I know how to guide it. Do not do this unless you're super, super, super comfortable with the fabric. And even then, you might give up and have to see and see things. Now this should be good. I'm gonna go try it on again and bonk my headphones that I'm wearing. Sorry guys if you heard the tunk. Apologies. Okay, let's see how this looks now. Yes! Oh, that is fantastic. Actually, right here, I need to sew down right here. Okay, so I need a clip where I don't want that curve. So that does need to, okay. So let me get, okay, where there is like a little curvy thing. I don't want it to. Okay. So I think we're good. Can tailor this later. There's just one little thing, and there's like a little puckering on the hip side that I just need to fix, but I can fix it later. And there's a whole jacket here. Well, I guess I'll show. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna have time to attach the sleeves while you guys are here, so I'm just gonna show you the jacket. Let me put it back on. And you can see there's like a little hip divot that I need to tailor in more. Because now that it's all attached, I realize I don't need that hip divot. Okay. Let's see if I can. Okay, you guys can put this. So this is what we've made today. I need to add hooks that will close this together here. That's what we've made. You can see like this little hip divot thing, this right here, needs to be sealed down so that it's more straight. It's just my booty is the problem. So when I add that, what I might do too is, I think what I may do is trim this side right here and add laces. If I add laces, everything will line up properly. So I just need to add laces and we'll be good. But we made a jacket today. It's with laces and this closed properly. It's right at my leg where it's supposed to be. So we have made the jacket. I just need to, I need to do lacing. And you know what? If I just lace this whole thing up, trim it. Yeah, I need to trim it though. This has to get trimmed down more. I've lost too much weight. I need to trim this down and then add a placket for lacing. And then when I lace it, it'll do what it's supposed to here. Where's it? Puckering there. Oh, my butt. But yeah, that is the jacket. That is Monsieur Solas's jacket. It's been made. I need to, you know what? I should probably put it on my dress form. Okay, I lost the internet for a second, but hello. Nice jacket. And then here's the back. So I'll add the sleeves, I'll add the gold trim, and then the jacket will be complete. Should hang this up so it doesn't wrinkle. I'm just gonna run around and I'm just gonna get a hanger so that this doesn't wrinkle. Because I don't want my vinyl to wrinkle. But thank you for joining me for the stream today. If you do have any questions on sewing, let us know. Our next stream is going to be on Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and we're continuing the Mass Effect saga. So if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to participate in, we are here for you and we welcome and highly encourage interactions. So we would be happy to talk to you. Thank you again for joining me on this stream. And I hope, as I'm digging through my closet trying to find a space to put things. Sorry guys. There we go. Now I'll come back and you can see me. All right, so thank you, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye everyone. Ooh. Bye.